That free hotel breakfast could be the most expensive meal of your trip if it lands you in the bathroom for 48 hours. So how did something this ordinary end up this dangerous? Mass volume cooking, shared tongs touched by dozens of strangers, and zero nutrition labeling requirements make hotel buffets a unique minefield. Bacteria double every 20 minutes inside the 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit danger zone. 15 items, 2 risk categories, 1 list that will change how you eat at every hotel from here on out. Number 15, raw sprouts. The buffet line, any given morning. Raw sprouts sit in a small bowl near the salad station, looking like a health-conscious garnish. Guests walk right past without a second thought. They should stop. Warm, humid, growing conditions, the exact environment sprouts need to develop, are also perfect for E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria. Unlike every other item on this list, sprouts are eaten completely raw. There is no heat kill step, no cooking process to neutralize what's growing on them. You would look back on this moment and wish you'd made a different call. The FDA has issued multiple outbreak warnings tied to raw sprouts. These outbreaks keep happening because the conditions that make sprouts grow also make pathogens thrive, and you cannot wash that risk away. A pretty garnish with the pathogen profile of a Petri dish. Skip them entirely. That Petri dish detail will matter again before this list is over. Number 14. Uncovered deli meats and cheese. These are ready-to-eat foods. No cooking step between the tray and your mouth. That means whatever lands on the surface, from a stranger's fingers, a shared set of tongs, a sneeze from 3 feet away, goes directly into your body. Even foods that look cold can be sitting in the danger zone if the hotel hasn't refreshed the ice trays. Deli meat needs to stay below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. On a warm buffet table with decorative ice that's been melting for 90 minutes, that temperature is a guess, not a guarantee. Cross-contamination here is rapid. Multiple guests use the same tongs. The serving surface is touched repeatedly. Listeria, one of the most dangerous foodborne pathogens, thrives on deli meat specifically. Hotels display these items for visual appeal. A beautiful charcuterie-style spread signals quality. But food safety precision and visual appeal are not the same thing. The prettier the tray, the longer it's probably been sitting there. Number 13. Yogurt left unchilled. Yogurt must stay below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. A large communal tub sitting at room temperature on a buffet table can enter the bacterial danger zone within 2 hours, and breakfast service runs longer than that. The compounding problem is this. Multiple guests dip into the same tub with multiple spoons. Every new spoon is a new contamination event. The yogurt looks fine. It smells fine. You have no way to detect what's growing in it. The healthy breakfast halo around yogurt is powerful, and hotels know it. A tub of yogurt signals wellness, balance, a smart choice. That perception is exactly what makes it dangerous. Nobody checks the temperature of something they already trust. The safe swap is simple. Individually packaged, single-serve yogurt cups, sealed at the factory, handled once, chilled properly. If the buffet only offers communal tubs, treat them the same way you'd treat any other warm dairy product. Walk past. Number 12. Lemon wedges. Every hand that reaches for the water pitcher also reaches into that bowl of lemon wedges. Pre-sliced lemons sit open on buffet tables for hours. The cutting process itself is the first problem. Slicing through the peel drags whatever was on the outside directly into the flesh. No protective barrier remains. A study published in the Journal of Environmental Health tested lemon wedges from restaurants and found coliform bacteria, including E. coli, on nearly 70% of samples. 70%. That finding wasn't from a single dirty kitchen. It was widespread. Nobody thinks twice about dropping a lemon wedge into their water glass. That's exactly the problem. But the version you've heard about lemon wedges being harmless? The gesture feels clean, fresh, healthy. At a hotel buffet, the exposure window is longer and the guest volume is higher. The risk scales up with every hour those wedges sit open on the table. Number 11. Pre-cut melons. Cantaloupe is the most documented offender here. The rough, netted outer skin of a cantaloupe is a bacteria trap. When a knife cuts through that skin, it drags surface pathogens, Salmonella and Listeria, directly into the moist flesh below. Once the flesh is exposed, it becomes an ideal bacterial growth environment. Moist, nutrient-rich, and sitting at room temperature on a buffet tray. If that tray isn't kept below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, bacteria multiply fast. Whole fruit is categorically safer. The unbroken peel acts as a sealed barrier. The moment it's cut, that protection is gone. Buffet fruit trays often sit out for the full 2 to 3 hour breakfast service window. That pre-cut cantaloupe you're eyeing at 9 a.m. was probably sliced at 6:30. A single piece looks harmless. It looks like the healthy choice. Salmonella outbreaks linked to pre-cut melons have made national news multiple times. This isn't a theoretical risk, it's a documented one. Number 10. The shift you need to know about. Everything from number 15 down to number 11 was about one category: bacteria, temperature abuse, and biological risk. Items that could send you to the emergency room. Those 5 items had 2 hours before bacteria doubled again, and the clock had already started. If the list had stopped here, this would be a very different story. But the scrambled eggs weren't done yet, not even close. These won't put you in the hospital after a single meal, but the ex-employee warning here is just as serious. These items are cheap, crowd-pleasing fillers stacked onto buffet tables because they look abundant, feel indulgent, and cost almost nothing to produce. Eaten once, the damage is minimal. But eaten regularly on a work trip, a family vacation, a conference week, they spike your blood sugar, crash your energy by mid-morning, and deliver almost no nutritional value. Hotel buffets have zero obligation to display nutrition information. No calorie counts, no sugar grams, no fiber content. You are eating blind. The real nutritional sabotage starts right here. Number 9. Breakfast pastries. Croissants, danishes, cinnamon rolls, pain au chocolat. They look like a reward. They function like a nutritional trap. Refined white flour, sugar, and fat. That is the entire ingredient story. The nutritional profile of a breakfast pastry is closer to dessert than to a meal. And because they're small, guests routinely take 2 or 3 without registering the total. Zero protein and zero fiber does one predictable thing to your body. Blood sugar spikes hard within 30 minutes, then crashes just as fast. By mid-morning, you're hungry again, low on energy and reaching for more sugar. The cycle repeats. Even the items that sound lighter, a plain croissant, a small Danish, often match a full muffin in sugar content. The size is deceptive. The impact is not. Buffet pastries are almost always baked in bulk from industrial batters days in advance. Fresh baked is the marketing language. The reality is a high-volume kitchen operating on cost margins, not culinary standards. Number 8. Bagels. A standard 4.6-ounce bagel contains approximately 350 calories, around 70 grams of refined carbohydrates, and only 2 grams of fiber. That is the nutritional equivalent of eating 4 to 5 slices of white bread in a single sitting. Nobody frames it that way at the buffet table. It's just a bagel. It looks reasonable, even modest. Then comes the cream cheese, then the butter. The calorie count climbs fast, and the macronutrient profile stays the same. Almost no protein, almost no fiber. A massive refined carbohydrate load hitting your bloodstream in one shot. Low protein plus low fiber equals no satiety. That is the predictable biological outcome of eating a food with this nutritional structure. Hunger returns inside 90 minutes. Guaranteed. Number 7. Sugary cereal. The cereal dispenser looks clean, controlled, and almost clinical. You turn the handle, the portion drops, everything feels measured and hygienic. The product inside is a different story. Highly refined breakfast cereals are engineered for palatability, low in protein, high in sugar, processed to digest almost instantly. Blood sugar spikes fast. The crash follows within the hour. Even granola, which carries a powerful health halo, is frequently loaded with added sugars and calorie-dense oils. A single cup of many hotel buffet granola varieties contains 30 to 40 grams of sugar. That rivals a candy bar. Regular consumption of high-sugar cereals is directly linked to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular disease in peer-reviewed research. This is not a fringe claim. It is mainstream nutritional science. The ex-employee angle here is blunt. Cereal is one of the cheapest items a hotel can put on a buffet table. It fills space, it fills bowls, and it fills guests with a sense of variety. What it does not fill is any real nutritional need. Number 6. Fruit juice. It is in a glass pitcher. It is labeled orange juice or apple juice. It looks like the healthy anchor of the entire plate. It is not. Some breakfast juices served at hotel buffets contain up to 70 grams of sugar per serving. That is more than a standard can of soda. 70 grams, delivered with no fiber, no protein, nothing to slow the absorption. Whole fruit contains fiber. That fiber slows the rate at which sugar enters your bloodstream. Juice removes the fiber entirely. What remains is concentrated fructose hitting your system all at once. But the version you've heard about fruit juice being a healthy breakfast staple, that's not the full picture. Even juice labeled no added sugar is still concentrated fructose. Removing the fiber does not make it healthier. It makes the sugar hit faster. And there is a secondary risk almost nobody talks about. Buffett juice dispensers require cold holding, just like any other perishable item. Warm juice sitting in a dispenser that hasn't been chilled properly is both a sugar bomb and a food safety issue simultaneously. Number 5. Muffins. Strip away the paper liner and the blueberries, and what you have is a cupcake without frosting. Refined white flour, oil, sugar, and a fruit garnish that does not meaningfully change the nutritional profile. Buffett muffins are almost always oversized bakery portions, significantly larger than a standard serving. Guests pick one up, register it mentally as a single item, and move on. The actual calorie count for a large bakery-style muffin regularly exceeds 500 calories, with 60 or more grams of refined carbohydrates. Low protein, low fiber. Despite the size and the weight in your hand, a muffin delivers almost no satiety. Hunger returns fast. The bran muffin and blueberry muffin health illusion is one of the oldest tricks in commercial baking. Bran sounds like fiber. Blueberries sound like antioxidants. The base recipe is still a high-sugar, high-fat, refined flour product. The naming does the marketing work, so the ingredients don't have to. Hotels stock muffins because they're cheap, they look impressive stacked in a basket, and guests take them without hesitation. Number 4. Pancakes and waffles. Refined flour, syrup, butter. The blood sugar spike from a stack of pancakes with maple syrup is comparable to eating dessert for breakfast. Near zero protein, near zero fiber. The metabolic math is brutal. Waffles carry an additional risk that most guests never consider. Former hotel buffet worker Tokari August flagged this directly. Waffle batter at self-serve stations is often replenished by pouring new batter on top of old batter, not replacing it entirely. That means the batter at the bottom of the dispenser can be hours old and starting to sour. The waffle station is also interactive and messy. Guests handle communal ladles, touch the iron, and pour raw batter near shared surfaces. Raw batter near communal handles is a hygiene problem that gets worse over the course of a 3-hour service window. Both items are low in protein and fiber. Paired with syrup and butter, they become one of the worst metabolic starts to a day on this entire list. The waffle iron looks fun. The biology is not. Number 3. Quiche. Quiche is the buffet item that signals sophistication. It looks like a premium choice, a proper hot dish, egg-based with vegetables or cheese folded in. Guests reach for it feeling like they made the adult decision. The problem is this: quiche contains eggs, dairy, and a pastry crust. All 3 components degrade in quality and food safety when held warm for extended periods. Egg-based dishes sitting in the temperature danger zone are a documented contributor to gastrointestinal illness. The internal temperature of a slice of quiche in a warming tray can drop below 140 degrees Fahrenheit within minutes of being cut and plated. Former buffet staff and food safety professionals consistently group quiche with scrambled eggs as one of the highest risk hot hold items on any breakfast line. The egg and dairy combination is particularly sensitive to temperature fluctuation. And the quality issue is real too. Buffet quiche is almost always overcooked, dried out, and past its prime by mid-service. The premium appearance is a presentation choice, not a reflection of what you're actually eating. Number 2. Breakfast meats, bacon, sausage, and ham. Gray sausage is the visual red flag every buffet insider knows. When sausage loses its color and sits in a pool of its own liquid in a warming tray, it has been there too long. That is not a presentation issue. That is a temperature and time issue. Breakfast meats must be held above 140 degrees Fahrenheit to stay out of the danger zone. Healthline and multiple food safety sources flag processed breakfast meats as among the least healthy regular breakfast choices, even under ideal conditions. High sodium, nitrites, preservatives, and saturated fat as baseline concerns. Now add the buffet variable. Meats held at inconsistent temperatures for the full service window. The biological risk compounds the long-term health risk. Bacon looks crispy. Ham looks sliced and clean. Sausage looks browned. None of that tells you the internal temperature or how long it's been sitting. This is number 2 for a reason, and number 1 makes it look mild by comparison. Number 1. Scrambled eggs, powdered or buffet held. This is the unanimous number 1. Former hotel staff, food safety inspectors, and registered dietitians all land in the same place. If there is one item to avoid at a hotel breakfast buffet, it is the scrambled eggs sitting in a warming tray. For a while, things actually seemed fine. Hotels served scrambled eggs. Guests ate them, nobody thought twice. That didn't last. Many hotels, particularly mid-range and budget properties, use powdered egg mix for volume cooking. Different texture, different flavor. Powdered eggs are a standard cost control tool in high-volume hotel kitchens. And the timing of what happened next is almost too perfect. The eggs then sit in a warming tray for hours, right inside the 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit danger zone, where bacteria double every 20 minutes. The one item that looks like the protein anchor of a healthy breakfast is the single most risky item on the table. The safer swap is straightforward. Request a made-to-order omelet, cooked fresh to temperature in front of you, from whole eggs. That single upgrade changes the entire safety and nutritional profile of your hotel breakfast. Whole fruit, sealed yogurt cups, made-to-order eggs. Those 3 swaps cover most of what's on this list. Drop in the comments which of these 15 items you've eaten at a hotel breakfast this year.